embarrassing to me, and it just didn't feel right, and I was nervous to tell my parents.
And then this kid just stopped talking. Like, so what is going on? By the way, that's not me just pausing it. Like, literally the next second of this clip, they don't keep talking. It's just an awkward pause. Something isn't adding up. So this is a trans family. I'm going to skip a little bit of the beginning of this because of the music, but both of our children are trans, and so this is just something that just happened. It just happened to happen. I don't even have a word. Okay, all right. We can't even get like the first second. Clearly, this was a girl who's living as this is a girl who's living as a boy. The posture and the very awkward eye connection, eye contact, just this whole posture is making me feel like there might be some autism involved, which makes it easier to do things like this to kids. And, the social awkwardness of that and wanting of acceptance, it just makes it a lot easier. But there's definitely something going on. So sad.
Being trans isn't weird, and it just means that you are biologically the opposite gender or a different gender than you are.
It took these babies and they made experiments out of them, and then you can see the house is already in shambles. And I'm sorry, I know, I'm not trying to judge, but it's just easier to have a special situation and then get clout for it, and and attention. Okay.
I want breakfast.
You're hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Look at all this processed meat. Okay.
So you excited for the last week of school?
Mm-hmm.
James' graduation is on Friday. Are you nervous about middle school?
Yeah.
What are you most nervous about, James?
I don't know. Everything.
When James was 8 years old, he asked to transition, which meant social transition, which is not permanent. He got to use he and him for pronouns. He then, this past year, changed his name legally and his gender markers legally.
Okay, let's stop there and let's go ahead and look at this whole setup here, okay? Two very unmotivated, just bland people, okay? You could just tell there's just no type of inspiration in these eyes, especially his eyes, dead. Hers are a little bit more, bright because, well, she's getting attention from her kids and what she's done to her kids, okay? So this thing about, social transition, let me tell you, I know somebody whose daughter came to them one day and said, "I'm a boy." And then the mom was like, and she was only 4. And the mom was like, "What do you mean you're a boy?" "I'm a boy." And she was like, okay. But she knew the little girl was going to come back. And so she saw her daughter, the daughter saw her doing her hair. She said, "Oh, Mommy, I want to be pretty like you. I want to do my hair like you." And she said, "Well, I thought you said you were a boy. So if you're a boy, you can't be like me." And her daughter was like, no, okay, I'm a girl. There you go. At the young age, it's really easy to do. James did not feel comfortable. Listen, when you are overweight as a child, okay, it's a little harder. So you just want friends. So now you want to come up with stories so people could love you. Okay, that's what that is. And it's up to your parents to say, okay, so you're being made fun of in school. You are being made fun of in school. Okay, why don't we work on the health? And why don't we work on making you feel confident enough to know that even if people make fun of you, it doesn't matter. As you grow, you'll find out that a lot of the people probably even like you or something like that. No, we just went along with it. And of course she did. If the child even came home saying that to her, because who knows, right? And then the eyes are still dead over here. Crazy.
Legally and his gender markers legally.
Our friend's phone.
Yeah, your friend was gonna come over. I think he's coming over this afternoon. It's gonna be a hot day.
Can we go to the pool?
No,
Why?
maybe tomorrow.
The music is annoying, so I have to try to find a way like to not. I have to keep cutting it because of the music. But and so this is a little boy. Remember, it's both of the kids, and they're raising him as, excuse me, a girl.
I always have been a boy, but I started to realize it in first grade when I told my mom I wanted to have my hair short and that I wanted to look less girly.
So, and by the way, that is a phase that is actually normal. Me and my best friend, I mean, we were full on like baggy clothes, especially and okay, so our generation, that was like the style, right? But there's a lot of times that happens. But I remember being a young girl, like a before best friend, like I think um like 5. I wasn't really into dresses and stuff. I just wasn't. Like I liked the more clean, chill look. Like the puffy dress wasn't always my favorite. And my mom one time, she dressed me up in like a more like a chill like jean skirt with a pantyhose and like a sweater and everything. And I absolutely loved that outfit so much that I remember it, right? But I wasn't always excited about the ruffled dresses. There were sometimes I was, but there were sometimes I wasn't. So all of this is normal, believe it or not. You just let the kid go through like a maybe puberty or something, whatever. It's a phase. It could just simply be a phase.
James approached us in a casual way by dropping hints from the time he was 7 until he was 8. He would say things like, I'm half boy, half girl, half gorilla.
I mean, and yep, I'm glad. Now look at mom. Mom has just let go. Okay. Mom is married to 2 kids, and this is what mom looks like. And of course, we got this one right here. You know, it is important. And that's why, like, I'm not trying to be hypocritical. I'm not trying to be critical or me. Again, I keep saying that, but like, we have to take care of ourselves. Like, we just do, because then when we live a certain way, we could be more clear to discern what's really going on. The half gorilla. Somebody might have called James that in school, or James just really was thinking that. Because I used to think I was a frog for a while. Like I was a frog. I think frog was my favorite. But you know, I was a cheetah a couple times too during the week. So today, what would they do? We're gonna move on a little bit because I want to get to what they did to the little boy. And so I'm trying to see because they really stay stuck on James. Why don't we look at mom's conversation with James real quick and then see why they get to the little boy.
You would have to go through female puberty for that, which is something you could do.
I could, but I don't want to.
Why?
Because it's
Wait, hold on.
You would have
I'm
to
sorry,
go.
y'all. Sorry.
Which would be the first time something permanent would be happening, because at that point it would affect fertility.
If you use a blocker and go on to testosterone, your eggs would never mature.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to go through female puberty for that, which is something you could do.
I could, but I don't want to.
Why?
Because it's uncomfortable.
What's
to think of that. I'm a guy, and it's like if any other guy thought about being a woman, that's uncomfortable.
And you've always said you wanted to be a parent.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do about that if you can't have your own child?
Adopting, like, is a great idea to me.
Do people ever wonder if you're too young to know if you're trans?
Yeah, and, like, are they too young to know that they're cis?
That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, so, you see why the kids can't get involved. Like, what? I don't even know what cis is. I know what they're trying to say it is. Huh? I mean, are they too young to know that they're cis? That's a child. That's a child answer. This child is saying, I'd rather adopt. Let me tell you something. there's going to be a lot of upset adults in about a good 10 years from now. Okay. They are, because they're going to realize that they went too far and somebody should have stopped them. Okay. My best friend, again, I've been talking about it. My best friend, when we were 14, she said, I don't want to have children. I just want to live in an apartment by myself, live in an apartment by myself with a dog. That's all I want. I do not want kids. Today, my best friend is married with 6 children. Okay. Yeah. And no dog. She doesn't even want a dog in the house. She's like, it's too many kids. Like, not too many kids, excuse me. Like there's enough people in the house. I don't even want a dog. Okay. Kids don't know, like it sounds like a solution. Like I'm just going to adopt. Kids don't know. It's a kid. There's going to be there's going to be a reckoning. There is. I'm trying to see about the little boy, because it looks like they really stay focused on, okay, all right, maybe they give the little boy some play, because they've really focused on James. And guaranteed James is, okay, allegedly, in my opinion, on some sort of medication.
Scared me so much that I knew that no matter what fear or hesitation we had or concern, that the only thing our children could and should and would feel from us would be love and acceptance.
There was a grieving process for me when both of my children transitioned. It wasn't because I didn't love my child anymore. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with me navigating a world that I just knew nothing about. It was very scary, and as time has gone on, I've learned to trust that there is community, there is support, and...
All right, we got to stop with the music. It's just so annoying. Like, I had to cut it a little bit with the music, and then we're going to come right back. Now, the little bit of what this man is saying, there was a grieving moment for him. He's saying, because I had to navigate a world I didn't know about. Good answer. Really, the grieving moment was my gonads were removed from me. This crazy woman that I got pregnant years ago and didn't even want to marry just took my kids and destroyed them. And that's actually not funny. All right, so we don't need any more of the music. So this is what they did to their child. I mean, wait, let me see. Hold on. Sorry, I know I keep going back. It's just that I just want to see about the little
gender from the age of 4 until 5, and we allowed her to wear whatever she wanted, but she didn't socially transition until she was 5 years old and entering kindergarten.
This is deep. It runs deep. I'll see you guys at the next video.